Right, my camera just cut out twice, so let's hope it doesn't happen again. But I want to talk about the things you do in private and how I think it matters a lot, because people don't realise that what you do in private impacts the way you act normally. So people want to go and people will think, okay, it's fine if I do it, right, because no one's seeing it. So then you end up doing something that realistically you wouldn't do normally. And I think if you wouldn't do something in front of someone who you care about, like their opinion, say like a friend of yours, like their opinion matters to you more than a random person, if you wouldn't do it in front of them, then you shouldn't do it. So obviously I guess the one example that I'm thinking of really that comes to mind when I say that is porn, right? That's one. But I think it goes for everything, like even little things, little actions that you do. If you just give in private because no one's looking, then when it comes to actually meet new people, you're not going to act as confident or as charismatic as you would, because inside you're sort of a little bit ashamed, like a little bit. And I think it just stems from doing things in private that you really don't agree with. Like, instead of trying to resist temptations like as you would if you were with other people, because you don't want to make a fool of yourself, you're like, no one's watching, fuck it, right? But it's just not the right way to go about things, and it does impact you more than you know, I think. I mean, I don't know, looking back on it, when I was younger, like, I've completely stopped it now, obviously, but back when I was probably 15, every single day after I used to come home from school, I used to watch porn. Like, that's straight addiction. Like, I was seriously, that's addiction, right? But because, I mean, this is just focusing on porn, but there was many things that you could apply to what I said before, but just this story is a good one. So yeah, every day, literally. And because it felt so good, right? Dopamine, fucking crazy. So it was like, my mind didn't even want to look at it, and like, I didn't even question at the time, because I was so young. I didn't even question whether it was normal, it was fine, whether it had any bad effects, because it was like, it was just there. It's so easy to access, and so I was watching it, and it just felt, because of the way it made me feel, I just didn't stop. And I think there's multiple bad outcomes of that. So, I mean, for young people, it changes the way that you act. Maybe it makes you more vulgar. Maybe it changes your perspective on how sexual relationships should be, because that's not what they should be like. There's loads of different things, right? So clearly, porn is not great for you. There's two of you, and let's say one of them has been watching porn since like 16. Now you're 20. And the other one has been just stay clear of porn. Masturbation, maybe, sometimes, yeah, but porn, no. Both these two 20-year-olds meet the girl they really like. Which of them, honestly, do you think, in terms of just first meeting them, you're going to act different, because it just makes you feel weird. You're watching weird things happen. It's weird, bro. It's like watching like gore videos every day of like people getting killed in third world countries and shit, or like stabbings and like weird shit. It's gonna fuck with your head after a while. You're gonna become a bit strange. And I think it's really downplayed, because people don't want to accept that it's so bad, because it's so normalised, right? I mean, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with masturbation if doing it doesn't make you feel any sort of shame. Like, if you're young, like you're 15, 16, and you're like, obviously you got some crazy sex drive, there's nothing wrong, I don't think, with masturbating, like, a couple times a week. It's fine. Obviously, if you get addicted to it, then that's a problem, and you should feel shame if you're addicted to something, because you can get addicted to anything, right? You shouldn't. Everything in moderation is a bit of a shit quote, but yeah. So I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with masturbation when you're younger, but I think just porn in general, something you don't ever want to touch, ever. It's not good. If when you masturbate, you feel a sense of shame after, and it makes you feel like, I mean, you know, I think everyone has it sometimes, right? But if that's you every time, don't do it, right? I mean, that's simple. Like, you should know how things affect you, even if it's on a small level. If every time you masturbate for the rest of the day you just feel so lethargic, don't do it, right? Things affect people different ways, all different. But I think the one thing that is important is just stay away from porn. Stay away from it. Yeah, that's basically it. I definitely missed the point that I wanted to touch on, but there's so many downsides and there's no upsides, and it's so downplayed. It's a massive issue. I think it's like one of probably like 5 issues, but it's up there really. Like I think it really affects a lot of people. Like OnlyFans, I think the 2022 revenue like turnover, they brought in like total across all creators 2.5 billion dollars, I think it was. Like that's just OnlyFans. I'm sorry, if you pay for that shit, you are a dork. It's so weird, bro. Why would you work? You spend your time to then like regress yourself. You know, you work to then pay money to these. So you're promoting it as well. You're promoting it to the next generation because it will carry on because it's even more popular now than it was before. Like, it's just horrible. Just don't do it. Control yourself. Don't spend your money on stupid shit. Like, invest your money in yourself, not in hoes, bro, on fucking OnlyFans. What a joke. Yeah. Anyway, bit of a rant there. But don't watch porn.